A big change could happen to your Social Security check because of this one bill in Congress right now. Out of the 10 proposed bills for Social Security to make changes, this one bill could be a huge change, as we're hearing one senator talking about the big benefits of this bill and pushing it really hard.
You take what lower income workers and middle income workers pay into Social Security and Medicare, and you make high-income workers pay the same amount.
I'll play you the full clip of what this senator is saying and why this bill is the one to pass over the other bills, as it's starting to pick up more steam. When it comes to Social Security checks, this one could preserve your check more than others, and it's not going to make some Americans happy. Actually, it's not going to make rich Americans happy. As we look at this, rich Americans could pay a lot more in taxes under this proposed law, but this law could affect your Social Security check more than any other. So I'm going to give you the details of this, of what's going on, and give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these regular Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more of the latest Social Security updates regarding increases, decreases, bills, and proposals. If you don't want to miss that, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. All right, let's get into it right here. So, Congress, if you're not aware, they're on a long recess, a working vacation, whatever you want to call it. They're out for the summer. So if we look at this right here, this is the Congress calendar. So you can see pretty much every month they're working, or they're in Congress, they're in DC, passing bills, stuff like that. If we look at August, they are off the entire month of August. Imagine that, getting paid $174,000 salary, and you get the entire month off. Now, they could be working, they could be doing things, they could do actually whatever they want during the month of August when they're not in DC passing laws. So what are they doing? Well, some of them are pushing Social Security, some of them, I have no idea what they're doing, but if we look at this right here, Senator Whitehouse calls for legislation that will keep Social Security and Medicare solvent. So some Congress members are doing work, are pushing Social Security. So there actually is a senator, that's his name, Senator Whitehouse from Rhode Island, talking about why this one bill for Social Security needs to be passed over others, as this bill seems to be the most important out of the other 10 Social Security bills that are in Congress right now. It may be hard to keep track of all of them, but I'm going to give you the details on this from Senator Whitehouse. Take a listen of what he has to say. You don't want to miss what he says here. Make sure you watch the entire thing.
And we are here because Medicare and Social Security continue to be under threat. They are twin pillars of economic fairness in our country, so they should not be under threat, but they continually are. You may have noticed President Biden's State of the Union address, where he called out Republican attacks on Social Security and Medicare, which caused the Republicans to all jump up and deny that that was happening with a great deal of outrage. And he was able to say, oh, good, we have unanimity. We can put cuts to Social Security and Medicare aside. Well, that didn't last very long, because I held a hearing on this bill in the Senate Budget Committee, which allows the Republicans to bring in a witness of their own. And the Republican witness on this bill complained that Social Security payments were too high. Think about that for a moment. I do not know what world he lives in. As I go around Rhode Island and speak to seniors, nobody has said their Social Security payments are too high. If anything, they're worried about the COLA adjustments and whether they're keeping up. That's what I hear all the time. So we need to solidify these programs. They are within sight of going cash neutral and not being able to fund themselves any longer except with incoming funds. And if so, benefits would have to be cut. That could be as early as 2034, so that's on our horizon, and we need to fix it. Fortunately, there's a very, very easy fix, and it's a very, very fair fix. You take what lower income workers and middle income workers pay into Social Security and Medicare, and you make high-income workers pay the same amount. At the moment, it stops a little over $160,000. Now, my bill would honor President Biden's pledge not to raise taxes on anybody over $400,000, but if you're making more than $400,000, that extra income would pay the same payments to Social Security and Medicare as the first $167,000. And a lot of people hide their income so it doesn't come in as wages. It comes through other corporate devices and ways of shunting money to people. This bill would make sure that if it's money that you're getting to live on, you pay the tax on it, whether it comes in as wages or dividends or distributions or borrowing or whatever it is. So we can do this. The Social Security actuary has taken a look at the bill, and it says that it will extend the solvent life of Social Security by 75 years. Well, guess what? 75 years is how far they look. So it may be more than that. They just don't look more than 75 years. And we have the Medicare actuary looking at the bill now to see how long it would extend its solvency. We have enough division in this country without people trying to attack these twin pillars of our economic security. So I'm going to work very hard to try to make sure this bill gets passed and work through the increasingly quiet but always present and ever more sneaky Republican opposition to shoring up Social Security and Medicare. And I think, as we saw in the Biden State of the Union, if they're really put to the test and the public is watching and they're being called out for not protecting Social Security and Medicare, suddenly they can look very reasonable. With that, let me turn it back over to Michael. Thank him for his leadership.
What are your thoughts on what Senator Whitehouse has to say about Social Security and Medicare? All right, so to fill in some holes of what this bill does, so rich Americans could pay a lot more in taxes under this proposed law. Key word here, rich, meaning people who make more money would pay more taxes. So high earners could see a significant increase under the Democratic proposal to bolster Social Security and Medicare. So the proposed legislation, called the Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act, would require taxpayers with over $400,000 in income to pay more into Social Security and Medicare. While most workers pay Social Security taxes on all their income, neither earnings above the $160,200 cap nor investment income currently contribute. So how your taxes could increase according to this. So introduced by Sheldon Whitehouse, who I just shared with you, with the aim to increase solvency of Social Security and Medicare. To do so, taxpayers with incomes of over $400,000 to contribute more via wage, self-employment, and investment income would be subject to heftier tax above $400,000 and close a tax loophole that allows pass-through businesses to circumvent Medicare or other taxes. So basically, this would prevent the loopholes from happening, and rich people would have to pay more taxes. Basically, that's how it works to just help out the solvency of Social Security and Medicare. So it doesn't really increase your Social Security check. It makes sure that your check still comes on time and that there are no delays. But this is mainly to tax higher people or tax richer people to fund Social Security. That's all it is. So let me know your thoughts on that. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Belle. This is the tip of the day. I'm going to tell you the one thing that you should do. Whenever you feel down and you have no longer positivity, you have negativity, chase that negativity away. Be nice to the positivity because the negativity makes you feel wrong, bad, and doesn't make you feel good. Negativity, it means negative, bad. Positivity, good. It's positive, it's good. Negative, bad. That's what those words are from. Of course, everybody knows that. At least I know that. all of us should know that.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to know about the 10% increase to your Social Security check, that means for every $1,000 you would get an additional $100 more per month. I definitely want to click this video right up here as I'll go over the details of how that works and how you could get a higher check. So click that video now and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.